So,
Might get to it.
first of all, let me tell you about what's going on in the studio. As always, we are working on the fixes for the last big patch. Also, we have plans to make some big updates, big update at least one this year with all the stuff. And let me tell you what's in will be in there. At least what we plan to add in the next big patch. So,
Уже что-то делать надо, да?
да, ты заходи, играй. So first of all, the streets. Actually, I will show you some new screens of it, like the new areas and everything. It's been a long time since we show you something about make the first iteration of it playable this year. It will not be the whole like planned chunk of the city. It will be just some area. It still will be really big in terms of different buildings and stuff, explorations and everything. And it will be constantly updated and expanded to the final quality, final quantity that we plan for the streets of Tarkov. But we want to release it this year, the first iteration of it. And the main challenge right now is to make it playable in terms of performance and everything, and in terms of network performance, because as I promised before, it must be playable. It must be played with at least 30 or 40 PMCs and a lot of scav AI bosses and everything. So there is at least like really big task related to the networking with such a big amount of networking entities, and also
Really, it's fine with the networking. What
there
do you
is
mean?
a bigger task to optimize it and to make it playable on the current configurations with the current average FPS that we have. I don't know, like there will be the like 40 PMCs at the first iteration. We will see, but at least 20 I think will be on that location.
I don't know if this is a live game or not.
30 or 40 is too
It might
much.
be
It's
on
not
there.
too much, because literally the
I mean, if he's showing a
like the
preview
location
of
is
some
too
other
big,
stuff,
actually,
then
and we need to
it wouldn't be
populate
live,
with the
right?
PMCs, because otherwise it will be felt like something abandoned, and you will find nobody in there. Screenshots.
He hasn't said anything, controller.
Kind of areas.
He didn't do offline mode. That doesn't mean it's a live game.
The focus movie theater. Some kind of yards in between, and other things. This is the movie theater. It will be fully explorable.
Movie theater, huh?
I don't know what it is. Some kind of encampment. Like the like really big part of the city is fully explorable. That's why it's been a long time to make it, actually.
Underground, okay. Subway. Have we seen subway footage yet?
Чё там, хрен с ним, хрен с ним форта 10 тысяч. Нормально. So it's like some kind of underground things, buildings, like residential buildings, business centers, supermarkets and everything. And it's all needs to be done with the quality and the detalization that we prefer, that you will love, actually. That's why we just can't make it simpler. Like we need to make it like full detailed and everything.
I have no idea. Maybe there are locked doors.
So every single part of the city will look natural and beautiful.
Think about customs. How many
And that's the challenge, actually, because
areas you can't
we
get
need
into?
to combine it all together and make it playable with a 60 FPS on the standard configuration. That's a challenging task, actually.
I thought that was my mouse cursor. He's already getting shot at. Show the gameplay.
We could actually make only this one location, and it will actually it will feel enough for the whole game, because literally it's like this screenshots is just a like small part of the city, and still it feels like there is lots of places to visit. So yeah. So this is the screenshots. It's not much, but still.
Did he die?
Чё ты там уже играешь? А, тебя уже убили, что ли?
He
А ты что,
fucking
на
died.
онлайне играешь? Ah, okay. The Mirko playing it online. I promised you to tell what's going on, what's the plans. So the first thing that we wanted to make this year is first iteration of the city, as I show you some screenshots and everything. The second thing is the whole functionality related to the lighthouse keeper, and there are a lot of things to actually say about him and what actually he will do in the game, but I will not tell you about it because I want this element of surprise. You will see it by yourself. So we are working on the whole big functionality related to the new trader, like full in-game in-rate trader. So you will see. And of course his personal bodyguard and everything. So you will see it. This is pretty big, like pretty important part of the game related to the story.
There's so many mechanics around the in-game trader that, as far as I know, we still have no details on. Like, how are you going to be able to buy stuff? Do you need to bring cash into the raid with you? I'm not sure if he's even explicitly said at any point whether or not when you buy items, it's entirely possible that you buy the item and it goes into your stash. I doubt it. I want to know what happens with the items. Obviously, what kind of items they're going to have, how they're going to pay for it.
And there are a lot of things to actually say about him and what actually he will do in the game, but I will not tell you about it because I want this element of surprise. You will see it by yourself. So we are working on the whole big functionality related to the new trader, like full in-game in-rate trader. So you will see. And of course his personal bodyguard and everything. So you will see it.
I also wonder. The reason why I mentioned that before was, you know, that everybody's going to be reading about, just like they do exit campers, about people like camping the trader, right? So depending on how the map, like the geography of the area, buildings, open space, sniper points, how many, well, it's the lighthouse, right? So unless they put an exfil there, you really only have one way in, one way out. So I wonder if there's going to be any elements of protection against people who are just going to sit at the end, you know, with a voodoo and just farm people who are buying whatever stuff they need to buy from the trader. I thought they talked about that you can bank items there. Possibly. I mean, I've been talking forever about how I think Tarkov would be infinitely better if you had the ability to extract gear. And they've talked about that a little bit more over the last, like, 6 months. But even then, like, unless there was the only meaningful thing I could think about there is if you had to buy the items, it got put like in your backpack or whatever. Although that'll be interesting, all of the edge cases around buying things. And then where does it go? Does it instantly transfer into your backpack? What if you don't have space? I'm thinking about all the bugs. I suppose if you bought things, it could like automatically put the items in an infinitely growing container that you then open up and loot. But yeah, the only meaningful thing I could think of is if you buy the items, you then have them on your character in the raid, and you use a flare or something like that would have a, you know, essentially a timer. So you'd have to survive for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, or whatever. So that would force people to push the lighthouse as opposed to just waiting for you to leave. Because if you could wait 90 seconds, 2 minutes, or however long it was, and then, they drop down a crate, you put your items in the crate, and then it gets lifted up, and the gear gets extracted. And that could be interesting. I don't know how else they could do that to where it wouldn't be absolute cancer. You maybe could buy it there and he mails it to your stash. You could do it that way, but then it sort of defeats the purpose of having a trader in-game. All it serves as is a way to have people congregate there, which there's a million other things they could do. Airdrops, good loot, quest locations, bosses, etc.
The audio overhaul, the rework of audio, and we decided to replace the Steam audio, and we decided to make it the other way, and finally at least try to get rid of all of the issues related.
Are you fucking kidding?
All the issues related to the audio. So hopefully we will actually complete this year.
No, it's not a good thing.
The audio will be better.
It's fucking terrible.
The charisma skill rework.
I'm actually like flabbergasted. I still can't believe this. Get rid of all of the issues. If you've seen my 3-hour-long video about Tarkov's audio, you would know that not only is Steam Audio one of, if not the, in my opinion, best things that they ever did for Tarkov, but the only issues related to it are minor annoyances. Steam Audio is the only part that worked. Well, yeah, because it was the only part that they didn't write themselves. So that means they're going to try and, presumably, they're going to try and roll their own audio, which I guess we'll see. But let's let him finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
All of the issues related to the audio. So hopefully we will actually complete this year, and the audio will be better. The charisma.
The audio will be better. Like, literally, if they fix the way they handle occlusion, and they could even just manually not hard code, but manually fix specific areas. There's not that many buildings in the game. The stupid, lazy solution would be take all the boxes that they've essentially drawn all over the place between floors and whatever, and properly expand them to where there's actual appropriate overlap. If they fix their own occlusion, and assuming that they, my understanding is that the loud blips of audio from across the map is actually an issue with Steam Audio. I'm sure that that's going to be fixed, if not already fixed in a version they haven't updated to. I don't know. I'm not up to date on that. Then the audio in Tarkov is 10 out of 10. Steam Audio is the only part of the audio that works. Maybe they have the funds now to do it proper with profs. I don't know what profs is, but it was never about money. There's no way it was ever about money or resources. Oh, professionals. Well, see, that's the thing. They've never had an issue with money. Their biggest issue, and it's made even worse now with geopolitics, let's just say, is that it's hard to find good engineers. You don't just have infinite money. Like, if you have infinite money, that doesn't mean that you can just buy the best people. Especially when it comes to working for a company in Russia, in the games industry, where for example, what I did for 10 years as a software engineer, the salary that I would have expected working there was like 20 to 25% of what I would make here. And people in the gaming industry make a huge amount lower than a lot of other folks in the software industry. So, yeah, it's never been about resources. It's always just been about finding competent people that are willing to make fucking nothing working for a Russian company. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. I'm not optimistic. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'll be proven wrong, but
skill rework. It's not actually something big, but there's a plenty like big list of the changes in this skill, because literally it will influence on different areas of the game related to traders and different kind of things. So yeah.
When it comes to skill rework too, it's really hard. It's really hard to know if they're talking about. They talked about this with quests before. It's really hard to know if what they mean is a full rework of the system, like almost tear it down, ground up rework of the skills, the benefits you get in game, how you level them, everything. Or if they just mean we're going to change the elite level perks and we're going to make it faster or slower to level up. Because historically, when they've talked about quests and skills and, some of the different mechanics in the game, they talked about reworking, and it's almost always just been minor tweaks. I don't know if that's a language thing, but
the next thing we will show you this podcast. We have a video of it, and you will see it. Also, the different changes to skills related to body armor, heavy and light ones. The next thing is we will change and make it more real. The movement on the angled surfaces, like the leg positions and everything, foot position actually. So it will look more real. I hope actually everything loved the new animations that we introduced in the last big update.
Yeah, those look good.
Да пофиг, я ж говорю, какая разница.
Makes the game look better, but it doesn't actually really affect the gameplay.
There is a lot of things related to storyline quests, and again, I can't tell you about them because the storyline quest is the most important thing in the game for me right now. This is like the crucial thing in the game, with all the functionality, with all the quests, and as I said before, it will be available only on release. So we will not able to test it on the beta. All of the storyline quests, they will be available only with the release of the game.
What's up, Bear?
It's important, and the amount of features related to the storyline quests is pretty big, and I just simply can't tell you about it because it's too cool to know it early. So let's wait for it.
Something I'm actually really curious about here is to see if their own internal guy, Demirka here, if he is going to play the game. If he's gonna, there's a lot of contrast between how to play optimally meta-wise and how to play in the way that I think a lot of us understand is like the vision, right? Slow, immersive, careful. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Мне, конечно, написали. Belt fan machine gun also planned. The new zones, areas of the hideout.
Okay, wait a minute. Belt-fed machine gun. This is like one of those things that very rarely is like my issue. And maybe you guys are different. I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but very rarely has my issue in combat ever been I don't have enough bullets. It's almost always been it's too easy to hit shots on stationary targets. Like, how many people actually use the stationary grenade launcher or MGs, like in customs, for example, at the fortress, when they're not just like memeing? Like, if you see somebody there, it's Tarkov is actually one of the games where it's the easiest to just line up a shot and headshot somebody.
Actually, we plan to finally upgrade the hideout with the new areas, and actually we plan to show you something on this podcast, but unfortunately we got late. And for example, the gym will be available, and you'll be able to do.
Oh my god, yeah, the gym's gonna be there. All my homies love gym.
Some kind of exercises to level up your strength.
You know what that reminds me of? You guys remember? Was it San Andreas? I spent a stupid amount of time in San Andreas in the fucking gym getting CJ just yoked. Those little mini games, bench pressing and shit. Oh my god.
The new grouping system and friends system, so you'll be able to finally gather up with your friends before the raid, before the matching process. It will be much easier. This functionality also will be utilized in the arena, and that's why we need to do it right now.
I mean, a better UX around that, yeah, would be great. I mean, a lot of games do it. I can't imagine it being any simpler than somewhere on any of the screens there's just like the little boxes with the plus sign, and you just hit plus and it shows you your online friends, and you just say invite, invite, invite.
FSR 2.0, actually we plan to show you the differences between FSR 1.0 and 2.0 this podcast, but again we got late with it, and we will show it later, or we will just release it. The new volumetric fog and new weapon.
Okay, a couple of things that he admits that they got behind on and couldn't show us. That's like, I kind of wish he had just said we're working on them and not we were going to show you but we got behind. That's like not encouraging.
Some of them I will show you this podcast. And other things, actually it's not a final list, it's just the things that in work right now, so we still have plans for more stuff, of course, like optimization, network optimizations and stuff. And right now we're working on this, like this is what we're working right now, the whole list. And again, the main and the most important thing for us is first iteration of the Streets of Tarkov. I know that you are waiting for the advanced armor hitboxes and everything. We will try to fit it in, because literally is not too much time left till the end of this year, and the amount of fixes and features and stuff are pretty big. But we will try to make it. But I can't promise you that we will make it this year.
I can't wait to hear the Jesse's fucking shot of copium on the podcast tonight. It's gonna be this year, man. It's gonna be, I know it.
But who knows, actually, because it's not so hard task actually, but still it's pretty challenging in terms of like actual physical modeling of the protection areas and stuff of different body armor. Что, ты еще не помер от ботов?
There's someone to your left, homie.
Что-то Джуз, конечно, вообще сегодня крепкий такой. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that on my Twitter I got several hundreds of questions about the EFT and everything. I will try to read them and answer them at least on something. And let's watch how the Mirko play. And if he will die from the SCAF AI, he will do 20 push-ups. And actually he did. But I think he died from a PMC. So he is free again. Free of obligations. Actually he did. But,
Actually, he did.
Let's watch how the Mirko play about the EFT and everything. I will try to read them and answer them at least on something.
That bush on the left, like the PMC was just invisible.
And let's watch how the Mirko play. And if he will die from the SCAF
Were there two there?
and answer them at least on
I thought I saw
something.
two on the
And let's watch how the Mirko play. And if he will...
Yeah, there's two. There's one and two. I think it was this guy that killed him. I think he could have gotten around the corner for this guy.
Will die from the SCAF AI, he will do 20 push-ups. And actually he did. But I think he died from a
PMC. Actually, he did.
He is free again. Free of obligations.
And as usual, the modeling, the animations are fantastic. The gun is unusable. Did he ADS and I missed it? Same sound as the MP5. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's just a placeholder.
Okay, that was the video of Og, and the sounds are not like ready yet, because literally I didn't make the sounds for Og, and it was kind of surprise for me, because literally it's still being done. It's not ready yet. There will be sounds and the animations is not ready yet. It's like work in progress. Okay or not? Come on.
Demirka's deaf.
Да. Увольняйте его, да. Да. Угу. Что он сделал?
What's with the fucking light switch phone meme? Did I miss something?
Накакал? Конечно, увольняйте. Вы чё? Все, до связи.
Okay, that's a war crime.
I got one simple question. Что-то было.
He jumped and landed on the fucking locker.
Like, again, it's not much actually, because all of the stuff that is being done right now, I just can't show you, because like it's too exclusive even for the podcasts like this.
Too exclusive. You need to buy the NFT.
It must be experienced by yourself. let's show you another video.
Sorry, EFT is what I meant to say.
The video called buffs, repair buffs.
Email called
So,
Buff Daddies.
with the manual repair, with the help of the kits, repair kits, you will have a chance to buff your weapon or armor.
Just don't mention them? No, I mean, he's got to tease. He's got to tease certain things. He should tease these things, but and not feel like he needs to fucking justify. I would show you, but you need to experience it. Like, yeah, no shit. Just tease it, man. Get us hyped. It'll literally be better than being like, I could show you, but, you know. Then it just... I don't know. I feel like it... At least what it does... What it does to me is evoke the idea that he's excited about his vision, but has nothing to show it yet. And also that that vision might be totally different from reality. But that's just a gut reaction. Repair can enhance.
No, the thing is...
Enhance was added, it said in the lower right-hand corner.
To buff your weapon.
Damage reduction.
Like to have a damage reduction buff for your armor.
Is that 50%?
Or some like durability reduction for your weapon, and malfunction protection and everything. And it's related for like your skill, actual skill.
Literally getting to MMO weapon tier. I mean, honestly, I like that, and I've wanted that. Not necessarily tiers, you know, like a fucking purple or a blue or a green or whatever, but like just the idea that it would be cool if guns had some amount of uniqueness that wasn't just durability.
Utilizing the repair kits. I don't know.
But not that it's interesting because you're gonna survive one raid with it, so.
I know that some of you interested what's going on with the arena, and I can tell you, we are working on it, and we plan to, like, everything goes as planned for it. We are making other arenas, as some of us at least noticed that there will be one more arena on the stadium, and another arena. So we plan to add 4 arenas on the start, maybe more actually. I don't know the amount of the gameplay modes in arena. Again, we always want to do as much as possible, but the arena itself has like a lot of functionality and features related to the matchmaking, ranking and stuff, and all the like near cyber sport things. As like we position it like the game ready to be used in esports and everything. That's why there will be spectator will be added, and it will be like an item for it, as I said before, some kind of like camera or something, and actually it will be an item within the world of the EFT, so we'll actually have an ability to use it in the EFT too, and record like headcams and stuff, headcam footages and everything, and show it to your friends, for example. So we are working on it. Like that's a fully like there is lots of things that will be done from the scratch, lots of new interfaces and everything. So that's why it was always positioned like the standalone game, and even the different team making it real. So we will show you something new about the arena as soon as possible again, but for now it's just like the production process. because if we decide to make something to show you some kind of promotional materials, it always drains our time and everything, and it's better for us to use this time and this strength to actually do things, not show things.
What do I think of the update speed of the game? Normal or slower for the scale of the game? There's literally no way. There's an infinite number of factors that make it such that you can't compare it to anything else. The size of the team, the scope of everything, the tech debt, the geopolitical and economic issues, all those, like, anybody who thinks that they're going fast or slow or whatever, I'll challenge them to actually justify whatever velocity they think that the development should be at, outside of whatever Nikita has either said or what their people's interpretations of what he's said.
What support team lol? Yes, we have a support team. Like a lot of employees related to the support team.
А чё, где ЧВК? Один только был?
Ты главное смотри, не подохни от этих. Wilbot said Eden.
I haven't really, I'll be honest, I haven't heard anything good about their support. Especially like when you report bugs. The few times that I've reported bugs provided probably way more information than they're used to. Like steps to reproduce, all that other stuff. It always gets, like, the response I get is always some like, yeah, no, we know what the issue is, or it's this completely unrelated issue. Have you tried checking your router settings? Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? You know, whatever.
Modernized. Блин, слишком быстро все бежит, а мне еще сок такой крепкий. Buff support team. Okay.
Okay. Twitch chat. Restoring my faith in Twitch chat a little bit. Buff the support team. 10 out of 10. Comment.
Unconscious states. Yes. The thing is, all of the tasks related to the unconscious states and animational ragdoll system, they are near, somewhere near. And,
animational ragdoll
system? We will
system?
start working on them and show you some results this year.
What does that mean?
And like again, it will correlate to the pretty big amount of other features in the game right now. So it will need additional works on the old subsystems to make it playable again, to make it without any critical bugs and everything. And for those who don't understand what it is, so you will have an option to knock down the player with the grenades, with the like hit of the bullets and everything. If you will hit them in the leg, for example, the player will fall down. He'll actually not lose conscious, like he will just fall down. And
honestly, I would much rather have falling down than slowing down. I think that's infinitely better because, one, it's realistic and immersive, and two, when you're running and you get hit and you just slow down, you're the easiest target. But imagine if you fucking flew a couple of feet, rolled over, and slid or whatever. At least in that period of time, you're much harder to hit. And it would have a similar effect to like slow you down and immobilize you without it necessarily feeling so fucking terrible.
I'll try to get up, but if he will sustain some kind of critical damage, or it will be in another good state of health, he will lose his conscious and yeah, he will just lie down, and you will be able to do with him everything you want. That's why we need to add like two-player functionality. That means that we need to add the ability to punch it with the stimulants, with the morphine, with the adrenaline. So you will help your friend to get up. You will hit him with the adrenaline, for example, to get him up from the
He
unconscious
fucking
state.
he fucking missed.
And you can just imagine the amount of work related to it, and the network synchronization, the animations, the transitions between animational ragdolls to actual animations. It's not an easy task.
No, that's huge. That's just exponentially more work than so many of the other things that they're saying that they're either having difficulties with or are behind on. And they also want to rewrite their audio system from scratch and get rid of Steam Audio and release Streets. Oof.
Especially in the network, like the multiplayer game.
It's fucking ambitious, man.
Ты еще не помер? А почему так ярко у нас светят эти лампочки? Я не могу вообще. Мне нужен чил. Мне нужен расслабон какой-то. Key-Light. О. О, да.
How would you pop the fucking stim right there?
Так, светит ярко. О, как в темноте сидим.
What is that? It looks like an MP7 had sex with a AK-74. What caliber is this? It's like 9mm? 9x21? Oh shit, dude. That thing's gonna be fucking scary. Holy shit. Yo, that'll be fucking gnarly, dude. Who are these people begging for customizable rigs and new guns? Customizable rigs, are they? I'm out of the loop. Is that tied in with the new like armor hit zones? Or no? It's separate? Oh yeah, who gives a fuck? If it's not the you know, the more advanced armor hit zones, then I don't fucking care at all. And new guns, yeah, I don't care at all. That's just another thing I've talked about. It's like so many people, all they do is, I just want Streets, I just want new guns, I just want this, I just want that. Without realizing that content is like largely irrelevant to the health of the game. They release a bunch of content, people come back for a week, they see it, and then they leave. Because like the core design and gameplay cycle, like the gameplay loop, the quests, the skills, all of that stuff that's supposed to keep you coming back it's just infinitely shallow. The problem is that whenever they talk about wanting to rework skills or rework quests, what everybody's envisioning is them making that shallow gameplay loop deeper. Instead, they just make it wider. They don't add depth to it.
Как называется этот пулемет, который в спасении рядового Райана, когда на пулемете немецкий?
What the fuck, Nikita?
voting animations and everything is planned. Like there is a pretty big chunk
Oh
of
my
work
god.
called animational additional permissionals, and all the animation teams divided into like separate sub teams. First team working on the weapons animation.
Yeah,
the
entry
second
lag.
one is on kind of research and development task. They are looking for new kind of stuff. For example, animational ragdolls, vaulting.
How the Oh my god, I need to write this stuff down. I remember you saying they would never implement vaulting because it would be too much work. Yeah, you can lull at me when it's in the game. I never said it was impossible. The amount of work that would take and the complexity and all of the shit that's on their plate. Again, I could be wrong, but it seems to me like that's more work. Well, no, I won't say that. We'll talk about it when it's in the game.
Because literally all of the, like 50% of the stuff that we do right now, it's 100% enclosed, prohibited, in-house things that we need to keep it here, not showing you, because this is like the core of the game. This is something that will excite you. This is something that will surprise you, and you will be happy again and again and again every single time that we will upload the patches. And this is a principle, this is a concept, and bear with it, live with it, and we are living it actually. So let's keep in touch. We like really happy to have you all guys here. Literally like the millions
Is that
of
it,
the
chat?
players
Is
all
there
around
anything
the
more
world
here?
playing EFT. The EFT already got this scent of something that we achieved in the whole game industry universe, and the impact is pretty big. We are happy with it, and we will continue to go on, and we will try to excite you more. It's not over yet. It's not ready yet. There is still much things to do. There is still many features to show you, and of course there will
No,
be a
pause.
release. There will be some cool, groundbreaking offline events. There will be arena with all of the esports things. I think the EFT will be forever in our hearts. EFT will be forever trying to be the best,
What the
and
fuck
we
is
will
this?
have all the updates, all the changes, all of the things in the future for sure. Like,